This time 12 months ago, I started having problems with my right knee.
I've never felt like that.
And it would always flare up after indoor trainer sessions. And the pain always took a while to go away. Since then, I've made a YouTube video, I've had countless of bike fits, I've had rehab sessions, I've done strength work, and I've also had now 3 cortisone injections into my right knee. But honestly, always nothing but time seemed to fix it. And I've always wondered why, and last week my coach actually pointed something out. And it was something so simple and something that I honestly completely overlooked.
Back pain's real. Stupid.
So it's 11 a.m. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. We had a 5 a.m. shoot with Jay, Dan, and Elliot, and that was pretty sick. I was a behind the scenes shooter for that one. And I always love working with people like that because they're obviously people that I look up to, and I really love working with them, and they're also a bunch of really good guys, which also makes filming 500 times better. And if you're across the scene in Australia or a scene in Melbourne, you would have definitely seen their work, but I'll put the links to their profiles and you guys can go check them out as well. But I'm starting this vlog here. So we've had a big morning already. The last 3 weeks for me have been relatively messy with work, travel, and trying to sort out this knee thing that happened during the F1 shooting. But from today, hopefully, it's starting to turn around. And before we get into the simple thing that was definitely causing or contributing to the knee problem at least, we're gonna go for a quick run. So let's go smoke that one out. It's my second run post-cortisone that I got into my bursa. So let's go do that and I'll take you guys with me. A cool thing what I'm using on at the moment on the Coros is the training feature. Like you can set, for example, like 2 repeats of 15 minutes with 1 minute rest. That's what I'm doing. So then I just look at how much time. But yeah, I like doing my training plan in session like that. So that's just what I'm doing at the moment. I didn't even know it was a feature until I looked at it the other day. All right, 30 seconds left in the minute walk. I'm not walking. Yeah, it's going well. I'm just trying to focus on a few things, so I'll chat about what I'm trying to focus on after, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk about it in 15 seconds, 13 seconds, 12 seconds. All right, let's get back into it. So a few little things that I'm trying to do when I'm running at the moment and getting back into running is try to figure out like where I'm placing my feet instead of landing so heavily. I'm trying to land a bit more on the midfoot and forefoot, and also working on my pelvic tilting and staying relaxed. Gotta stay relaxed. Apparently I'm too tense, which I am. I'll put the details on the screen, but average pace was 5:25 minute per K. Average heart rate was 152. So in zone 2, but still a fair bit higher than what it should be for that pace. Look at this, we've got some magpies with us. Yeah, anyway, that's the run. So I'll catch you guys back at home. This might surprise a lot of people that know me, but I'm actually very tempted to switch over to Decaf. So I have like way too many coffees a day, and honestly it's just for the taste. It's not to get an extra kick or buzz. I really don't get anything from coffee, but I really just love the taste of coffee. So if I was going through some photos the other day of like when I was in, all I did was gym for like 4 or 5 years, and I look so different. I look so much bigger than when I was 19 than what I do now at 25. Let's go back upstairs. Let's get into the main purpose of this video, and I'm gonna run you guys through it all. So. So my starting weight is not ideal, but this is where I'm at and this is where we're going to be moving forward from. I actually realized after this that on my Canyon Speedmax, I needed a power meter. So I was actually using Look cleats with Favero Asioma Duo pedals. So I didn't actually have the pedals on that I'm using now on the Trinity. And it's something that I completely overlooked because I got those old pedals that I got with the Canyon and I bought the Asiomas by myself. So then I sold the Asiomas off and put the old pedals that I had on the Trinity. But it turns out, as some would say, they were absolutely wrecked. Now, given I've done 2 Ironman, you'd probably think I would have noticed this, but because I was riding the pedals for a very, very long time, and since I first got them, I just assumed that's how they were. Like that, I think that was about 20 weeks into my Ironman training, so I was still very, very new to this, and that's just how the pedals always were. And to be honest, it's absolutely a no-brainer why my knee kept getting injured and kept being sore for 12 months, because I was using these pedals, and I honestly just assumed that's the way they were. And yes, I always felt unstable in them, but I just assumed it was the float. Like, I did not know, to be honest. And I'm honestly happy to admit that because it's a massive, massive stuff up. $180 for a new pair of cleats definitely cost me over $2,000 to $3,000 in medical bills, physios, cortisone injections like the one I just had. And yeah, when you look at it that way, you definitely do come across as like the poor man does pay twice. And look, it's not anyone's fault. It is what it is. You can't go back and change it. And look, I really do believe that the pedals made a massive difference because in my couple rides back, although my efficiency is not 50-50 at the moment, it's about 54-46, which is very skewed for me. I'm usually a 50-50 rider. By that, I mean 50% on my left, 50% on my right. I'm usually very, very even with my pedal stroke. So now it's taken a little bit to get used to and to find the proper cleat position again because I feel a little bit weird now that I'm locked in so much, but that's the way pedals are meant to be. I'm going to show you guys what my old pedals look like so you can have a look at them. Make sure your pedals aren't like this as well. And worst case, you can have a laugh. Right shoe, right knee, right pedal. Yes, they look, I know they look scavenged, but that's just what they were. So I can just push it in, which I found out you can't do that with new pedals. And this is what they were. Now, thousands of strokes of that. It's probably most definitely going to end you up in the physio room, I would say, and with many attempts at a bike fit. Honestly, is what it is, but just a quick thing to always check your pedals. So that's the one thing you're going to take away from this video. It's definitely check your pedals, make sure they're not doing this. I know you can tighten them up as well, but we did try that and didn't work, so I just bought new pedals. I'm now using the Ultegra Shimano pedals as recommended by Mitch Anderson and my coach. And it was actually my coach who found this out when I went to him and said, look, can we try and change my cleat position? Like, my knee's still very sore. As soon as I didn't even actually put my shoe in. He just looked at the pedal, put the shoe into the pedal, and he's like, nah, they're no good. Yeah, look, and I think it's a massive, massive mistake. Obviously, I would have 100% just bought $180 pedals if I knew that was the reason 12 months ago. But yeah, so I think it's just like one of those things where it's definitely like the poor man pays twice if you're trying to save a bit of money and end up spending, in my case, nearly 10 times the amount that I should have. So over 10 times the amount that I should have. And I suppose it's not just a money thing, it's more like a psychological thing as well, I guess, and a mental thing that, you know, you want to be out there performing and you don't want to be on the sidelines as much as I was last year. And yes, I did do it, and I am very, very quickly in 7 months, but also injury risk is also very, very high. And then obviously the second Ironman, I tried to do it relatively quick as well, and just kept getting injured in that one, not even just my knee. But all I can say is, look, we're on our way back now. Everything's looking positive. Comebacks are never easy. I'm taking it as a massive win that we're back running already. And for those who are a bit interested in a bit more of the physiological mechanism, it was actually a bursa that was causing my issues. And I also just wanted to quickly note, because I think talking about injuries and talking about this sort of stuff is honestly pretty hard for me, and I hate coming across it. I'd rather just not post a video. And I think it came across as me as that you don't want to show any weaknesses to anyone. But now I think showing emotion is super important. If you stop showing emotion, it's almost as if you stop caring to an extent. It's something that I'm trying to work on, because I feel like it resonates with me that as soon as I stop caring for something, there's no progression forward for me. So I thought it was important for me to give you guys a little bit of an update, and the one mistake that happened to me. Because honestly, it's just draining trying to come back from the same injury over and over again and not really understanding why you're getting it. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. And the other thing to take away is to always remember to check your pedals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.